Great Old Ones. The Great Old Ones, also known as the Old Ones, Great Ones, or Ancient Ones, are ancient and malevolent beings of immense power within the Cthulhu mythos. While their origins are shrouded in mystery, it is believed that they have existed since long before the emergence of humankind. Some legends suggest that they originated from the void between space, while others claim they were dormant entities on Earth. The Great Old Ones possess forms that defy conventional understanding. They are not composed solely of flesh and blood, but rather exist in shapes that transcend physical matter. Their appearances are often described as grotesque and alien, with monstrous features and unfathomable dimensions. Their true forms are incomprehensible to the human mind, and witnessing them can induce madness or even death. The Great Old Ones possess vast and formidable powers beyond human comprehension. They wield reality-altering abilities and can manipulate cosmic forces. When the stars are aligned in their favor, they can traverse the realms and travel between worlds. However, their existence is intricately tied to cosmic alignments, and they cannot thrive when the stars are in disarray. Despite their seemingly dormant state, the Great Old Ones are not truly dead. Their consciousness persists, and their physical forms rest within ancient stone structures in their city of R'lyeh, kept in stasis by the enchantments of mighty Cthulhu. It is believed that these entities await a future time when the stars and earth align once more, heralding their glorious resurrection and the resurgence of their dominion. The classification of the Great Old Ones within the Cthulhu mythos is not always clear-cut. They are distinct from the outer gods, such as Azathoth, Nyarlathotep, and Yog-Sothoth, who occupy a more cosmic and transcendent position. Other creatures, like the Chthonians, the Deep Ones, the Elder Things, and the Mi-Go, are considered alien but lack the godlike nature of the Great Old Ones. However, there is some ambiguity in these classifications, as terminology can vary. For instance, Nyarlathotep, despite his interest in Earth, is generally classified as an outer god. Conversely, Hastur, who has avatars and a connection to outer space, is still regarded as a Great Old One. The classification of Shub-Niggurath remains a topic of debate. One prevailing theory suggests that the term Great Old One encompasses entities younger than Cthulhu and Tsathoggua, while Other God or Outer God refers to those that are older. This theory posits that the Great Old Ones occupy an intermediate position in the hierarchy of cosmic beings within the Cthulhu mythos. Chaugnar Faugn, Horror from the Hills. Chaugnar Faugn, also known as the Horror from the Hills or the Elephant God, is a formidable entity affiliated with the Great Old Ones in the Cthulhu mythos. It made its first appearance in Frank Belknap Long's story, The Horror from the Hills. While guided by HP Lovecraft's myth cycles, Chaugnar Faughn's creation is credited to Frank Belknap Long. Attempting to describe Chaugnar Faugn proves challenging, as its appearance defies simple categorization. Its grotesque form bears some resemblance to an elephant, albeit with notable aberrations. The creature possesses a trunk and large, uneven ears, while two immense tusks protrude from the corners of its mouth. However, its similarities to an actual elephant are sporadic and superficial, emphasizing its otherworldly nature. The ears are webbed and tentacled. The trunk culminates in a colossal flaring disc measuring at least a foot in diameter, and the translucent, intertwining tusks resemble rock crystal. Chaugnar Faugn possesses formidable abilities that instill fear and awe in those who encounter it. Despite its massive size, the entity exhibits surprising agility, especially when driven by hunger. Its movements become swift and purposeful, enabling it to close the distance to its prey with alarming speed. Chaugnar Faugn employs its trunk as a lethal tool, equipped with a leech-like mouth at its end. This mouth allows it to drain the blood from its victims, earning it the macabre moniker of the Feeder. Chaugnar Faugn is not only known for its own malevolence, but also for its role as the creator and progenitor of a race called the Miri Nigri. These aquatic humanoids were crafted by Chaugnar Faugn and eventually became the ancestors of the abhorrent Cho-Cho people. Through a process of hybridization with humans, the Miri Nigri played a crucial role in the creation of the Cho-Cho people, contributing to the dark tapestry of the Cthulhu mythos. Chaugnar Faugn's name has resonated beyond the confines of the Cthulhu mythos. George Olszewski, drawing inspiration from the Great Old Ones, named a group of non-convex snub polyhedra after them. One particular polyhedron, the snub dodecahedron, was bestowed with the name Chaugnar Faugn, symbolizing the lasting impact of this otherworldly entity. Cthylla. Cthylla is an extraordinary entity in the Cthulhu mythos, being the offspring of Cthulhu and Id-Ya, born from the star Thoth but now residing on Earth in the mysterious realm of Ye. Her existence is shrouded in secrecy, and the cult dedicated to her deliberately conceals any knowledge about her. She is often referred to as the Secret One, due to the cult's efforts to suppress information and obscure her true nature. In Greek mythology, her legend is faintly recorded as Scylla. Cthylla manifests as a colossal being with a reddish body adorned with black rings and possesses 6 piercing eyes. Resembling an octopus, she has the ability to modify her physical proportions at will, such as enlarging her small wings to facilitate flight. Although she normally possesses 8 arms like a typical octopus, she can extend or retract additional limbs at her discretion, sometimes boasting as many as 12 arms. Each arm bristles with an array of razor-sharp claws, approximately 5 inches in length, capable of inflicting severe damage. As a Great Old One, Cthylla possesses immense supernatural powers and abilities. She is an entity of cosmic significance, critical to the plans of her father, Cthulhu. Should Cthulhu perish, Cthylla carries the unique ability to give birth to him anew, ensuring his resurrection and continuity. Consequently, she is safeguarded vigilantly by numerous Deep Ones and Yugya, acting as her devoted protectors. Cthylla's existence is entwined with the cycle of creation and destruction, embodying the cyclical nature of the Cthulhu mythos. Her destiny is intertwined with the distant future, where she is fated to bring forth the rebirth of Great Cthulhu after his eventual demise. The significance of her role in Cthulhu's grand design necessitates her constant protection, as her safety is paramount for the realization of his plans. Cthylla's presence in the mortal realm has not gone unnoticed, attracting the attention of researchers who initially mistook her for a rare species of octopus yet to be documented. Captured under the pretense of scientific study, these individuals sought to preserve and investigate her unique characteristics. However, their ill-informed actions had dire consequences. Unaware of Cthylla's true nature and importance, the researchers attempted to artificially inseminate her for the purpose of perpetuating her species. Their misguided intentions led to an encounter with a wounded Cthylla, who managed to escape the confinements imposed upon her. The aftermath of this encounter brought about a devastating response from Cthulhu, resulting in a cataclysmic event reminiscent of the infamous tale, The Call of Cthulhu. It is worth noting that Cthylla also assumed a more humanoid form or avatar, appearing as a potential bride for Hastur, an enigmatic entity associated with the King in Yellow. The reasons behind this alliance or potential union remain obscured, adding to the mysterious nature of Cthylla's existence. Hastur, the Unspeakable. Hastur, known by a myriad of titles including the King in Yellow, the Unspeakable One, Him Who Is Not to Be Named, the Feaster from Afar, the Lord of Interstellar Spaces, the Unspeakable, Him That Slept Beneath, and Great Prince of the Old Ones, instills fear and trepidation with the mere mention of its name. This enigmatic and ancient entity within the Cthulhu mythos shrouds its true identity with a multitude of aliases. Its form transcends mortal comprehension, constantly shifting and morphing, defying any attempts to pin it down. However, when it deigns to manifest, it often takes on the likeness of an immense and vaguely octopoid entity, bearing similarities to its half-niece Cthylla. The presence of Hastur radiates with an ancient malevolence, evoking an overwhelming sense of dread. Abilities and traits include shape-shifting. Hastur possesses the uncanny ability to assume a myriad of forms, effortlessly adapting its appearance to suit its purpose or to instill terror in the hearts of those unfortunate enough to cross its path. Tentacular appendages. When manifesting as the Feaster from Afar, Hastur brandishes numerous tentacles, each adorned with razor-sharp talons. These appendages possess the terrifying capability to pierce through a victim's skull, allowing the entity to extract their very brains. Mind manipulation. Hastur wields a formidable influence over the minds of mortals, warping their thoughts, perceptions, and emotions to serve its inscrutable designs. It is skilled at inducing madness, paranoia, and despair in those unfortunate enough to fall under its sway. Interdimensional travel. As a being intricately linked to other dimensions, Hastur possesses the ability to effortlessly traverse the boundaries between realms. It can materialize and vanish at will, venturing into the interstellar spaces that lie beyond the confines of our universe. Eldritch knowledge. Hastur is a repository of esoteric knowledge that surpasses mortal comprehension. It possesses ancient secrets, forgotten rituals, and forbidden lore, serving as a wellspring of forbidden knowledge to those who dare seek its dark wisdom. Influence over cults. Hastur has garnered a following of cults and secret societies devoted to its worship. These fanatical organizations zealously carry out its bidding, spreading its influence and furthering its sinister agenda in the world. Immortality. Hastur transcends the constraints of time as perceived by mortals, existing as an ageless entity that has endured for countless eons. Its true origins and age remain shrouded in enigma and mystery. Hastur, known by its myriad titles, embodies the essence of cosmic horror. It is a force of unfathomable power and malevolence, perpetually lurking within the shadows of the mythos. While the true motives of Hastur remain elusive, it is often associated with the themes of destruction, chaos, and the unraveling of reality itself. Its devoted cults, driven by fanatical loyalty, tirelessly seek to appease and serve it, perpetrating acts of violence and insanity in its name. Encounters with Hastur are exceedingly rare and perilous, often resulting in the descent into abject madness. Its presence is accompanied by an overwhelming sense of impending doom, capable of reducing even the most courageous souls to trembling wrecks. Those who dare to delve into the enigmatic mysteries surrounding Hastur risk succumbing to the maddening influence that emanates from this ancient and inscrutable entity, forever altering their perception of reality. Bokrug, Great Water Lizard. According to the legends surrounding Bokrug, the Great Water Lizard, it is said to be an ancient deity worshipped by the semi-amphibian Cthugha, also known as the Voiceless Ones, in the land of Memnar. Bokrug's existence is intimately tied to the lake that borders the city of Sarnath and the now lost civilization of Ib. It is believed that Bokrug slumbers beneath the calm waters, its true form hidden from mortal eyes. As a great old one, Bokrug possesses immense power and abilities beyond human comprehension. While its true nature and form remain shrouded in mystery, it is known that Bokrug has the ability to manipulate and control water. It can summon massive waves, create whirlpools, and cause water-based disasters at will. The deity's influence extends beyond its watery domain, allowing it to bend the laws of reality and inflict terrible punishments upon those who dare to invoke its wrath. Bokrug, also known as the Great Water Lizard, is a primordial entity that defies conventional understanding. Its physical appearance is described as a colossal reptilian creature with glistening scales, resembling a monstrous lizard but far grander in size and majesty. Legends speak of its eyes, which are said to shine with an otherworldly luminescence, capable of inspiring both awe and terror in those who gaze upon them. While dormant beneath the waters, Bokrug emanates an aura of ancient power, drawing creatures of the deep to its presence. The tale of Bokrug begins with the ill-fated city of Sarnath, where the inhabitants committed a great atrocity against the Cthugha and their deity. The citizens of Sarnath mercilessly slaughtered the Voiceless Ones and stole Bokrug's sacred idol, awakening a fury within the lake-dwelling god. From that moment on, strange disturbances plagued the once peaceful waters, foretelling the imminent doom of Sarnath. On the 1000th anniversary of Ib's destruction, Bokrug emerged from its watery abode in an act of cataclysmic retribution. The deity unleashed its wrath upon Sarnath, obliterating the city so completely that no trace of its existence remained. The once glorious civilization was reduced to a mere memory, a cautionary tale to future generations. After the destruction of Sarnath, the Cthugha race, driven to near extinction, reclaimed Ib as their own. Bokrug, satisfied with its vengeance, returned to its slumber beneath the lake, granting the Voiceless Ones respite from further suffering. Outside of HP Lovecraft's original tales, Bokrug has found its way into the works of other authors within the Cthulhu mythos. Brian Lumley's interpretation portrays Bokrug as a species rather than a singular deity. In Lumley's stories, the Bokrug arrive on Earth in ancient times, bringing with them the Cthugha who venerate them. They possess a life cycle resembling that of the ghouls, as their offspring are sent to the surface to be raised by humans. Over time, these individuals begin to transform, forsaking their human guise to reunite with their own kind. Ghatanothoa, Lord of the Volcano. Ghatanothoa is a monstrous entity of unimaginable proportions and hideous appearance. Its form defies easy description, combining elements of an octopus and an elephant. It possesses writhing tentacles, large, ominous eyes, scaly and wrinkled flesh, and an amorphous shape. Ghatanothoa is said to exude an aura of otherworldly horror and evil that is palpable to those who encounter it. The mere sight of Ghatanothoa, or even its image, is enough to petrify and immobilize living beings, turning them into living mummies. Victims' skin takes on a leathery texture, while their internal organs remain intact, including their brain, which retains full awareness. Only the destruction of the victim's brain or the application of a powerful magic scroll can free them from this petrified state. However, prolonged exposure to Ghatanothoa's influence is likely to drive the victims incurably insane. Ghatanothoa was brought to Earth in ancient times by extraterrestrial beings from Yuggoth, the home planet of the Mi-Go. These alien entities constructed a massive fortress atop the mountain Yadith-Go in Kana, a lost continent of Mu, where they sealed Ghatanothoa beneath a colossal trapdoor. When humanity emerged after the departure of the aliens, they became aware of the existence of Ghatanothoa and developed a deep-seated fear of its terrible power. Out of this fear, a cult formed worshipping Ghatanothoa and offering sacrifices to prevent its emergence from the crypt and the ensuing devastation it would bring. The cult of Ghatanothoa was once immensely powerful in Kana, but it faced opposition from the priests of Shub-Niggurath. Following the submergence of Mu beneath the Pacific Ocean, remnants of Ghatanothoa's worship spread to various ancient civilizations such as Egypt, Chaldea, Persia, China, and the forgotten Semite empires of Africa, as well as Mexico and Peru in the New World. Even in modern times, traces of the cult can be found in the Far East and the Pacific Islands. Ghatanothoa is a spawn of Cthulhu, born to him and the entity known as Id-Ya. It shares its lineage with other notable beings such as Ithaqua, Zoth-Omog, and Cthylla. Apart from its initial appearance in Out of the Eons by HP Lovecraft and Hazel Heald, Ghatanothoa has been featured in various works by different authors expanding on its lore. In The Thing in the Pit by Lynn Carter, it is depicted as a great old one and the firstborn of Cthulhu, spawned by Id-Ya on the planet Zoth. Colin Wilson, in The Return of the Lloigor, establishes a connection between Ghatanothoa and the Lloigor. Ghatanothoa has also made appearances in popular culture, such as the horror comedy movie Glorious, the Japanese TV series Ultraman Tiga as Ghatanothoa, and the anime Naruto, Crawling with Love, among others. Shudde M'ell, the Burrower Beneath. Shudde M'ell, also known as the Burrower Beneath or the Great Chthonian, is a malevolent entity that has existed for countless millennia. It emerged from the depths of the Cthulhu mythos, aligning itself with the Great Old Ones during their ancient war against the Elder Gods. Following the defeat of the Great Old Ones, Shudde M'ell was imprisoned by the Elder Gods using powerful starstone artifacts. It remained dormant beneath the sands of Ethiopia until the removal of these artifacts unleashed its terrifying presence. Shudde M'ell is a behemoth of immense proportions, resembling a mile-long worm. Its massive gray body undulates with power, and numerous tentacles sprout from its head, adding to its nightmarish appearance. Its size is so colossal that its movements alone can cause earthquakes, shaking the very foundation of the earth. Some known abilities: telepathy. Shudde M'ell possesses the ability to communicate and project its thoughts directly into the minds of those unfortunate enough to encounter it. Its telepathic influence can induce madness and overwhelming terror. Heat projection. With its infernal nature, Shudde M'ell can emanate intense heat from its body, melting and disintegrating any rocks or obstacles in its path. The mere presence of this entity can cause the surrounding environment to become scorched and distorted. Incredible durability. The hide of Shudde M'ell is virtually impenetrable, providing it with exceptional resistance to physical harm. It can withstand devastating attacks, making it a formidable opponent in any conflict. High-speed tunneling. Shudde M'ell possesses the astonishing ability to tunnel through the earth at remarkable speeds. Its burrowing prowess allows it to move swiftly and unpredictably, appearing in different locations seemingly out of nowhere. Shudde M'ell is believed to be the supreme regent of the Chthonians, a race of subterranean horrors. While the true extent of its offspring is unknown, it is suspected that the Chthonians are descendants or creations of Shudde M'ell. These offspring inherit their parents' formidable powers and join their ruler in infesting the darkest recesses of the world. Shudde M'ell is closely affiliated with the Chthonians, beings that share its subterranean origin and nightmarish nature. Together, they form a menacing force that seeks to spread their influence and terrorize the planet. Shudde M'ell's existence remained hidden beneath the sands of Ethiopia until the tribes of humans unknowingly disturbed its ancient prison by uncovering the Starstones. As the artifacts were removed, the malevolent entity was freed, unleashing chaos upon the world. It is said that Shudde M'ell's wrath was so great that it was even responsible for the devastating 1906 San Francisco earthquake. Rhan-Tegoth, Terror of the Hominids. Rhan-Tegoth, also known as the Terror of the Hominids and He of the Ivory Throne, is a great old one hailing from the warm seas of Yuggoth, an enigmatic world beyond our comprehension. It ventured to Earth during the Pliocene epoch, approximately 3 million years ago, in preparation for the awakening of the Old Ones. After a long hibernation-like trance, it was discovered in Alaska by George Rogers in 1926, and eventually found its way to a museum in London. However, it resurfaced decades later in Sheffield, UK, and Karazhan, New York, shrouded in mystery. Rhan-Tegoth stands an imposing 15 feet tall, resembling a nightmarish fusion of insect and reptile. Its body takes the shape of a massive barrel with 6 appendages that terminate in menacing claw-like pincers, capable of tearing through flesh and bone. The head is nearly spherical, covered in hair-like filaments that function as sensory feelers, while a long, tentacle-like proboscis extends from its visage. Its 3 small, beady eyes possess an otherworldly intelligence, surveying its surroundings with an unsettling gaze. While Rhan-Tegoth may not possess overwhelming individual power compared to other great Old Ones, its significance lies in its pivotal role in the resurgence of the Old Ones. Through ancient and forbidden rituals, it can harness the life force of sacrifices, converting their blood into a potent source of power. This not only enhances its own strength, but also contributes to the awakening and rejuvenation of the cosmic forces it represents. The presence of Rhan-Tegoth exudes an aura of ancient cosmic energy, instilling awe and dread in those who dare to approach it. Its unsettling vibrations and whispered echoes resonate in the minds of nearby beings, hinting at unfathomable secrets and cosmic truths. Encountering Rhan-Tegoth is an endeavor fraught with peril. Its vast knowledge and connection to the Old Ones make it an unpredictable entity, with motivations that align with incomprehensible cosmic designs rather than human concepts of morality. Caution should be exercised when approaching Rhan-Tegoth, as its presence can evoke overwhelming feelings of awe, dread, and a profound insignificance in the face of ancient eldritch power. It is advised to avoid direct confrontation or attempts to control or manipulate Rhan-Tegoth, as such endeavors often result in dire consequences. Only those who possess profound knowledge of the cosmic forces and esoteric rituals should even consider delving into the mysteries surrounding this great Old One. Rhan-Tegoth was once revered by the Nofkas, a pre-human race known for their cannibalistic rituals and devotion to the entity. While the Nofkas have significantly diminished in numbers over time, remnants of their cult still exist, hidden from the knowledge of the modern world. These secretive groups guard the knowledge of Rhan-Tegoth's existence and eagerly await its return, perpetuating ancient rites and customs in the hopes of once again appeasing their god. Rhan-Tegoth, with its fearsome presence and intricate ties to the cosmic web of the Cthulhu mythos, remains a figure of both fascination and trepidation, a deity whose awakening could herald cataclysmic events and forever alter the delicate balance of our reality. Atlach-Nacha, the Spider God. Atlach-Nacha, also known as the Spider God or the Spinner in Darkness, was created by the writer Clark Ashton Smith for his short story, The Seven Geeses. This entity has since been expanded upon and referenced by various authors within the Cthulhu mythos, including August Derleth, Colin Wilson, Brian Lumley, Lynn Carter, and others. Atlach-Nacha takes the form of a colossal spider with a body made of ebon-colored flesh. It possesses several jointed legs and an anthropomorphic face that displays a range of human-like expressions. The creature resides within a vast cave system located beneath Mount Vormith-Adreth, situated in the long-lost Arctic kingdom of Hyperborea. It is in these caverns that Atlach-Nacha weaves an immense web, connecting the labyrinthine tunnels of the underworld together. Some known abilities: Web of Interdimensional Connectivity, Atlach-Nacha's web serves as a metaphysical bridge between the dreamlands and the waking world. As the spider god weaves its intricate web, it creates a connection between these realms, allowing for the passage of beings and energies. It is said that when the web is complete, it will herald the end of the world, bringing about a cataclysmic event of unimaginable proportions. Mind-altering gaze. Atlach-Nacha possesses small, crafty eyes encircled by hair, which exude an aura of both doubt and inquiry. Those who meet the spider god's gaze experience a profound sense of terror as their minds become ensnared by its hypnotic influence. This gaze can induce hallucinations, manipulate perceptions, and even drive individuals to madness. Control over arachnids. Atlach-Nacha commands a legion of arachnids known as the Grey Weavers. These spiders, influenced by the spider god's malevolent will, are both physically and spiritually enhanced, displaying heightened intelligence and a maleficent loyalty to their master. The Grey Weavers serve Atlach-Nacha as agents and guardians, carrying out its will within the depths of the subterranean realm. Web of reality distortion. The spider god's web possesses a strange quality that distorts reality within its vicinity. Time becomes fluid, space warps, and the laws of nature become mutable. This distortion can be used both as a defense mechanism, disorienting and ensnaring intruders within the web, as well as a tool to manipulate the fabric of reality itself. Atlach-Nacha finds mention in various mythological texts and forbidden tomes within the Cthulhu mythos, including the Book of Abon. Its name is invoked in burial rituals and dark incantations, suggesting a connection to death, decay, and the impending apocalypse. The spider god is both feared and revered by those who have glimpsed the depths of its power, and its influence continues to seep into the nightmares and forbidden lore of occult scholars and cultists alike. Ygolunak, inhabitant of the ruins. Ygolunak's origins are mysterious, like the unknown ruins of his prison. He predates human civilization, existing in cosmic depths since forever. Some believe chaos birthed Ygolunak, darkness shaping his ancient form, while others see him as a primordial embodiment of human psyche's shadows. Regardless of truth, his presence oozes corruption and malevolence. Ygolunak is an entity that defies conventional notions of form and anatomy. In his true form, which remains elusive and incomprehensible to mortal minds, he exists as an abstract force of perversion and depravity. However, when he manifests in the physical realm by possessing a human host, he takes on a grotesque and repulsive appearance. He assumes the form of a morbidly obese man, bereft of a head or neck, and his most disturbing feature is the presence of a mouth in the palm of each hand. As the god of perversion and depravity, Ygolunak possesses an array of horrifying and mind-altering abilities. His powers extend beyond mortal comprehension and challenge the boundaries of sanity. Some of his abilities include mental corruption. Ygolunak can exploit the darkest recesses of a person's mind, amplifying their perverse desires and driving them to unspeakable acts. He twists their moral compass, leading them down a path of degradation and debauchery. Body manipulation. Ygolunak's influence over the human body is both profound and macabre. He can contort and warp flesh, reshaping it into nightmarish forms that defy anatomical norms. His victims may suffer excruciating pain as their bodies are twisted and distorted to suit his perverse whims. Mind domination. Ygolunak possesses the ability to dominate and control the minds of those who have willingly or unwittingly aligned themselves with his dark cause. He manipulates their thoughts, eroding their willpower and transforming them into his obedient servants. Forbidden knowledge. Being the embodiment of perversion, Ygolunak possesses unfathomable knowledge of all forms of forbidden and blasphemous literature. He can grant his followers access to ancient tomes and texts that delve into the most depraved aspects of existence, granting them esoteric knowledge that can drive even the most stable minds to madness. Ygolunak actively seeks out humans who engage in the consumption of perverse and forbidden literature. He preys upon their desires and entices them with promises of power and forbidden knowledge. Those who summon Ygolunak unwittingly through the revelations of Glaaki may find themselves faced with a choice: to become his devoted priest, or to be devoured by his insatiable hunger. It is crucial to note that Ygolunak possesses a level of intelligence and comprehension uncommon among the Great Old Ones. He can engage in conversation in various human languages, most notably English, enabling him to manipulate and corrupt his victims with twisted eloquence. Yig, father of the serpents. Yig is a powerful entity within the Cthulhu mythos. Introduced in the HP Lovecraft revision story, The Curse of Yig, Yig is believed to be the snake god of the Central Plains tribes, primarily worshipped in the region of central Oklahoma. While his exact origins are shrouded in mystery, Yig is considered an influential figure among the outer gods and great old ones. Yig possesses a unique and enigmatic appearance, embodying both anthropomorphic and serpentine characteristics. He is often depicted as a hybrid creature, featuring a serpentine lower body intertwined with humanoid attributes. With his striking and imposing presence, Yig instills a sense of both reverence and fear in those who encounter him. Some known abilities of Yig include relentless devotion. Yig's primary quality is his unwavering dedication to his serpent offspring. This unyielding loyalty forms the basis of his taboo against killing snakes. Individuals who respect and honor Yig and his serpents are usually treated favorably by the deity. Autumn hunger. During the autumn season, Yig experiences a heightened hunger that drives him into a feeding frenzy. To prevent his ravenous nature from causing harm, rituals and ceremonies are performed to drive Yig away. The Pawnee, Wichita, and Caddo tribes of Oklahoma drum continuously from August through October to deter Yig's ravenous desires. Curse of Yig. Those who defy Yig's commands or cause harm to his serpent progeny face the dreadful Curse of Yig. The curse involves subjecting the transgressor to suitable tortures before transforming them into a spotted snake, perpetually cursed to slither the earth. Connection to serpent entities. Yig's association with serpents extends beyond his role as their father. He is believed to be the progenitor of Yig, a powerful serpent-like entity, and the mate of the outer god Yidra. These connections highlight Yig's influence within the intricate web of the Cthulhu mythos. Yig's nature is highly arbitrary and capricious, making it challenging to predict his actions or intentions accurately. While he is not inherently malicious, his behavior can be influenced by seasonal factors. Yig's devotion to his serpentine offspring remains steadfast, making it crucial to observe the taboo against harming snakes to avoid invoking his wrath. Yig's worship was once prevalent among the Plains tribes of Oklahoma, with the Pawnee, Wichita, and Caddo tribes holding him in reverence. However, the arrival of white immigrants and subsequent unnatural tragedies led to a decline in belief among the transplanted southeastern tribes. Yig's connection to serpent lore and his role as a deity of both fear and respect make him a captivating figure in the Cthulhu mythos. Ithaqua, the Windwalker. According to the bestiary of the Cthulhu mythos, Ithaqua, also known as the Windwalker or the Wendigo, is a fearsome entity and one of the great old ones. It is said to have been born from the union of Shudde M'ell, the black goat of the woods with 1,000 young, and Hastur, the unspeakable one. Its origins lie in the dark depths of the cosmos, far beyond the reaches of Earth. Ithaqua takes on a terrifying form, towering over the landscape as a colossal humanoid creature with an icy skeletal frame. Its body, covered in a pallid, frostbitten flesh, emanates an eerie chill that freezes the air around it. Its eyes, glowing with an ominous crimson hue, pierce through the darkest of nights. Despite its human-like shape, Ithaqua possesses an otherworldly presence that instills fear and unease in all who behold it. As the god of the cold and the winds, Ithaqua wields tremendous power over wintry forces and frigid temperatures. It is most commonly associated with the Arctic and subarctic regions, where it roams relentlessly, stalking and hunting its prey. It possesses unmatched speed and agility, allowing it to swiftly traverse vast expanses of icy terrain. One of Ithaqua's notable abilities is its ability to manipulate the winds. It can conjure gusts of freezing air and summon blizzards that consume entire landscapes, further spreading its influence over the frozen domains. Its control over the winds grants it the ability to travel between realms, traversing the icy void of space and even to realms like Borea, as depicted in Brian Lumley's works. The Wendigo legend and Yeti folklore are believed to have been inspired by encounters with Ithaqua. The entity instills a primal dread in those who come across its path, driving them to madness or turning them into Wendigos themselves. Ithaqua's cult is relatively small, but its influence is significant, particularly in the far north regions of Siberia, Canada, and Alaska. The denizens of these lands, living in constant fear of Ithaqua's wrath, leave sacrifices as acts of appeasement rather than true worship. These offerings are made to mitigate the entity's hunger and keep it satisfied, preventing it from unleashing its fury upon the unsuspecting populace. The chosen few who pledge themselves to Ithaqua's cult are granted a unique boon, immunity to extreme cold temperatures. They become acclimated to the harshest Arctic conditions, enabling them to serve the Windwalker faithfully. Ithaqua employs monstrous avian beings known as Shantax as its loyal servitors, utilizing their colossal forms to carry out its will and aid in its hunt for victims. Ithaqua's motivations are twofold. First, it seeks to reproduce with humanoid females, hoping to sire offspring that can surpass its own limitations imposed by the elder gods. By doing so, Ithaqua aspires to create progeny capable of assisting in the liberation of the Great Old Ones from their cosmic shackles. However, its desires extend beyond mere cosmic ambition. The Windwalker is plagued by a profound sense of isolation and loneliness, yearning for companionship among its kind. Yet all of its surviving offspring have ultimately turned against it, denying Ithaqua the companionship it so desperately seeks. In the eternal struggle between humanity and the eldritch horrors of the Cthulhu mythos, Ithaqua stands as a relentless force of nature, a bringer of deathly cold and the embodiment of the chilling winds that whisper of unspeakable horrors. Its presence serves as a reminder of the vast cosmic forces that lie beyond human comprehension and the fragile nature of our existence. Zhar and Lloigor, the Twin Obscenity. Zhar and Lloigor, known as the Twin Obscenities, are ancient entities hailing from the depths of space. While their exact origin remains uncertain, it is believed that they emerged from the star Antares, although references to Rigel and Betelgeuse as their possible birthplaces have also surfaced. These immense beings possess mountainous, ropey bodies that sprawl within the lightless caverns beneath the foreboding Lake of Dread, on the plateau of Sung's Isle of Stars in Burma. Remarkably, their colossal tentacles intertwine with each other across vast distances within the same subterranean realm. For millennia, Zhar and Lloigor have emitted eerie, resonating hums, an otherworldly dialogue that perpetually echoes between their entwined forms. The elder gods, sensing their malevolent power, have confined these ancient twins within the cavernous depths. Although it appears that the cavern housing their bodies was obliterated, and the implication suggests their demise, the subsequent flooding caused by the lake raises the possibility that their immense forms may yet lie concealed, entombed beneath the watery depths. Zhar, known as the Twin Obscenity, stands as the elder and more formidable of the twins. Revered by the Cho-Cho of Sung, Zhar's corporeal presence is ensnared within the earthly confines, while his consciousness is said to extend simultaneously to the vicinity of Arcturus. In certain accounts, the twins' origin points are noted as Rigel and Betelgeuse instead. Zhar's influence and dominion are vast, resonating from his physical prison while his mind roams the cosmic expanses. Lloigor, often titled the Star Treader, potentially serves as the progenitor of the Lloigor species. His significance fluctuates throughout different interpretations of his nature, depicted at times as the ethereal wanderer amidst the starry void, akin to a cosmic embodiment of Ithaqua. In other instances, he assumes a subordinate role to his brother, Zhar. Nonetheless, Lloigor commands reverence from the Cho-Cho peoples dwelling in the lands of Tibet and Burma. Connections are hinted at between Lloigor and Hastur, possibly indicating a paternal relationship, as well as Ithaqua, his elder brother. Lloigor possesses the ability to manifest his form piece by piece, drawing his body forth from the earthly realm. The presence of Lloigor is heralded by winds that seemingly emerge from no discernible source. While it is suggested that Lloigor's physical vessel was annihilated during the destruction of Aleozar, it is believed that only the fleshy manifestation suffered destruction, leaving his true essence intact. Cthulhu, Master of Relief. Cthulhu, also known by various names such as Tulu, Cthulhu, and Cthulhu, is a cosmic entity belonging to the Great Old Ones, a group of ancient and powerful beings within the Cthulhu mythos. According to the records, Cthulhu was born in the 23rd nebula of the Voral system, located in outer space. His ancestry traces back to Azathoth, his great-great-grandfather Yog-Sothoth, his grandfather, and Shub-Niggurath, his grandmother. His parent is Nug, and he has various siblings and offspring, including Ghatanothoa, Ithaqua, Zoth-Omog, Cthylla, and more. The physical appearance of Cthulhu is often depicted through statues and descriptions provided by witnesses. One statue, created by an artist who was haunted by malevolent dreams, portrayed Cthulhu as a creature with features reminiscent of an octopus, a dragon, and a distorted human figure. It had a pulpy and tentacled head atop a grotesque, scaly body with rudimentary wings. Another statue, recovered by the authorities during a raid on a cult, depicted Cthulhu as having an anthropoid outline with an octopus-like head covered in feelers, a scaly and rubbery body, formidable claws on its feet, and long, narrow wings. Cthulhu is an immensely powerful entity, possessing abilities beyond human comprehension. He is described as telepathic, capable of knowing and influencing events throughout the universe. Through the manipulation of dreams, the Great Old Ones established a connection with early humans, establishing the Cthulhu cult. However, after R'lyeh, Cthulhu's sunken city, sank beneath the waves, this spectral intercourse was severed by the impenetrable depths of the ocean. According to reports, when the stars align favorably for the Great Old Ones, an external force is required to liberate their bodies and allow them to manifest. The spells that have preserved them intact also prevent them from initiating action. It is suggested that secret priests would eventually revive Cthulhu, who in turn would resurrect his subjects and reclaim dominion over the earth. This cataclysmic event would plunge humanity into a state of chaotic freedom, unbound by conventional laws and morals, and reveling in unrestrained ecstasy. The cult of Cthulhu has a global presence, with numerous cells scattered across different regions. The exact size of the cult remains unknown. Its members chant a ritualistic phrase, Fenglui Mnglonath Cthulhu R'lyeh Waganagal Ftaan, which translates to, "In his house at R'lyeh, dead Cthulhu waits dreaming." The chant is often shortened to Cthulhu Ftaan, which carries connotations of Cthulhu's waiting, dreaming, or both. Cthulhu's cult has followers across various locations, including Arabia, Greenland, Louisiana, and the mountains of China. The cult's leaders in the mountains of China are believed to be immortal, and they refer to Cthulhu as the great priest of the Great Old Ones who descended from the sky and existed before the arrival of humans on Earth. Additionally, Cthulhu is worshipped by non-human creatures known as Deep Ones. Cthulhu has been referred to by numerous names and variations, including Tulu, Clulu, Cthulhu, and Cthulhut, among others. These variations may arise from different interpretations or misinterpretations of the original name. The multitude of names reflects the eldritch nature of Cthulhu, invoking a sense of ancient and unknowable power. Artistic representations of Cthulhu vary, with artists capturing different aspects of the creature's monstrous form. The descriptions provided by witnesses, as well as Lovecraft's writings, serve as inspiration for these depictions. Artists often emphasize Cthulhu's octopoid features, including the tentacled head and the presence of wings, combining them with anthropomorphic or draconic elements. The intention is to convey the otherworldly and nightmarish nature of this cosmic entity. Cthugha, the Living Flame. Cthugha, also known as the Living Flame or the Burning One, is a fearsome Great Old One that hails from the star Fomalhaut within the vast reaches of the cosmos. This ancient entity takes the form of a colossal ball of fire, radiating intense heat and a blinding brilliance. Its fiery body writhes with chaotic energy, surrounded by swirling infernos that dance and flicker in an otherworldly display. Dark, mottled blotches mar its dull orange surface, and great columns of spinning flames arc around its circumference. The presence of Cthugha is suffused with an oppressive heat, engulfing its surroundings in an aura of scorching temperatures. As a master of pyrokinesis, Cthugha possesses unparalleled control over fire. It harnesses flames as both a destructive force and a means of manifestation. With a mere thought, it can conjure infernos of unimaginable scale, reducing everything in its path to ashes. The flames obediently follow its commands, spreading and consuming with fervor. Cthugha's fiery nature extends to its influence over temperature, causing the environment around it to become searingly hot, making it unbearable for mortals to approach. The deity's dominion over fire grants it immense power and authority, and it can summon and command flame creatures of Cthugha, entities birthed from the very essence of fire, to serve its will and spread destruction throughout the cosmos. Cthugha is believed to have progeny within the Cthulhu mythos. Ithaqua, the regent of the fire vampires, is considered one of its descendants, exhibiting a similar affinity for flames. Afumja, a mysterious being linked to Cthugha, is another known offspring veiled in secrecy. Cthugha is aligned with the Great Old Ones and stands in opposition to the Elder Gods. Its immense power and fiery essence have captivated the imaginations of various artists, writers, and creators, leading to references and depictions of Cthugha in different forms of media. Dagon, ruler of the Deep Ones. Dagon, also known as Father Dagon, is a deity originating from Mesopotamian mythology. In HP Lovecraft's fiction, Dagon was introduced in the short story Dagon, and eventually became a significant entity within the Cthulhu mythos. He was incorporated into Lovecraft's mythos and associated with the Deep Ones, a hidden race of amphibious humanoids dwelling in the depths of the Earth's oceans. Dagon is worshipped by the Esoteric Order of Dagon, a secret cult based in Innsmouth. He is depicted as the consort of Mother Hydra. Dagon is an enormous specimen of a Deep One, a towering figure among his kind. Descriptions of his appearance date back to ancient Mesopotamia, indicating his long-standing presence. Worshipped as a deity by both humans and Deep Ones, Dagon's immense size is a result of his advanced age. Some Deep Ones, as they reach maturity and grow older, attain colossal proportions, and these individuals inspire reverence and devotion among the cult of Dagon. The most ancient and massive Deep Ones in the fossil record reached heights of over 50 feet. Dagon's immortality is linked to his association with the Star Spawn, enigmatic beings who select exceptional specimens from various species and empower them for unknown purposes. His exact abilities remain shrouded in mystery, but his longevity and immense size suggest an inherent power derived from his deep connections to the oceanic realm. Dagon's influence over the Deep Ones and the Esoteric Order of Dagon demonstrates his ability to command the loyalty and worship of his followers. It is believed that there might have been multiple colossal Deep Ones throughout history who could have been mistaken for or confused with the original Dagon. These ancient beings continue to grow slowly, even after reaching maturity, provided they have access to sufficient nourishment. Ancient carvings depict scenes of gigantic Deep Ones engaging in battles with whales, although it is speculated that these carvings may actually portray the Silent Ones, a trio of whale-consuming creatures venerated by the Deep Ones. Tsathoggua, the Sleeper of Nakai. Tsathoggua, also known as the Sleeper of Nakai or the Black Thing, is an ancient and godlike being from the outer space, hailing from the pantheon of the Great Old Ones in the Cthulhu mythos. Created by Clark Ashton Smith, Tsathoggua first appeared in Smith's short story, The Tale of Satampra Zeiros, in 1929. Tsathoggua is a squat and pot-bellied entity, resembling a monstrous toad with a body covered in short fur that gives an eerie sensation of both a bat and a sloth. His globular eyes are half lowered beneath sleepy lids, and his fat mouth bears a peculiar tongue. Despite his seemingly lazy appearance, Tsathoggua possesses immense power and ancient wisdom. Tsathoggua is known for his divine slothfulness and his tendency to remain in a state of hibernation unless provoked or offered a sacrifice. If awakened without an offering, he may devour the intruder. However, if a suitable sacrifice is presented, Tsathoggua will consume it and return to his slumber. His appetite is insatiable, and he possesses an otherworldly knowledge that surpasses mortal comprehension. Deep beneath the earth lies Nakai, Tsathoggwa's domain. He was once situated within Mount Vormithadrith in Hyperborea, but departed when the continent became encased in ice. Tsathoggwa's mysterious origins trace back to a black realm without light, believed to exist beneath the red-litten world. Legends suggest that he hailed from this lightless realm, which was home to ancient civilizations and mighty gods predating the reptilian quadrupeds of Yoth. Tsathoggwa's will is carried out by the formless spawn, amorphous entities composed of viscous black goo. These polymorphic creatures are resilient, difficult to defeat, and possess the ability to assume various shapes. They attack with relentless force, employing trampling, biting, and crushing tactics. The formless spawn often dwell in basins within Tsathoggwa's temples, protecting the sanctuaries from defilement. Within the intricate web of the Cthulhu mythos, Tsathoggua is connected to other cosmic entities. According to HP Lovecraft, Yeb is his parent while Yabu is his offspring. Tsathoggwa's grandparents are Yog-Sothoth and Shub-Niggurath, and his uncle is Nug. Additionally, Tsathoggua shares a cousin relationship with Cthulhu. In the expanded Cthulhu mythos, his family tree expands to include Xaxucluth, his grandfather, Gisguth, his father, Zvilpogghua, his mother, and Zvilpogghua, his offspring. Tsathoggwa's true origins lie in the outer space, making him an extraterrestrial being. His presence in the mythos is attributed to Clark Ashton Smith, who provided additional details and characteristics that distinguish Tsathoggua from Lovecraft's rendition. Lovecraft's description refers to Tsathoggua as an amorphous, toad-like god creature mentioned in various mythological manuscripts. Wilbur Whateley. Wilbur Whateley was born on February 2, 1913, in the rural town of Dunwich, Massachusetts. His mother, Lavinia Whateley, gave birth to him on a night when the hills rumbled and dogs barked incessantly. From the moment of his birth, Wilbur was recognized for his hideous appearance, described as a dark, goatish-looking infant. It is said that his father is the cosmic entity known as Yog-Sothoth, a powerful being from the Cthulhu mythos. Wilbur Whateley's physical and mental development was unnaturally rapid. By the age of 7 months, he could walk unassisted, and by 11 months, he could speak. At a young age, he began wearing concealing clothes to hide his grotesque appearance. Wilbur had an air of preternatural intelligence, with his large, dark, almost Latin eyes and his strangely resonant voice. He possessed thick lips, large-pored yellowish skin, coarse, crinkly hair, and oddly elongated ears. At the age of 15, he had already grown to a towering height of 9 feet, displaying no sign of stopping. Wilbur Whateley possessed extraordinary abilities and traits that set him apart from ordinary humans. His voice had a strange, resonant quality, suggesting sound-producing organs unlike those of regular humans. This unique ability allowed him to speak the language of the Great Old Ones, the ancient cosmic entities of Lovecraft's mythology. Wilbur was also known for his revolting odor, reminiscent of the Great Old Ones, further emphasizing his connection to the Eldritch powers. Furthermore, Wilbur's blood was replaced by a greenish-yellow ichor, and his back was adorned with yellow and black markings. His lower body was covered in coarse black fur, and he had rudimentary eyes on each hip. These bizarre characteristics hinted at his otherworldly lineage and deep ties to the Eldritch forces that lurked beyond human understanding. Wilbur Whateley's purpose in life was to open the gates to Yog-Sothoth, as instructed by his deceased grandfather. He tirelessly sought the summoning ritual in the forbidden tome known as the Necronomicon, traveling to various libraries and facing multiple rejections. In a desperate attempt, he tried to steal a copy of the book from Miskatonic University, but met his downfall when a watchdog fatally attacked him. After his death, the truth about Wilbur's biology was revealed in a disturbing manner. Instead of a true skeletal structure, his body disintegrated into a sticky white mass. It became apparent that his existence transcended the boundaries of conventional life. Whippoorwills, ominous avian creatures associated with death, gathered outside his window, waiting for his soul. They fled after witnessing the disintegration, leaving behind only remnants of the once grotesque being. Dunwich Horror. Born on February 2, 1913, Yog Whateley is an otherworldly entity known as the Dunwich Horror. It is the monstrous offspring of Lavinia Whateley, a human woman, and Yog-Sothoth, an ancient and powerful outer god. The conception of Yog Whateley was part of a sinister plan to assist the Great Old Ones in their quest to reclaim the Earth. In its natural state, Yog Whateley is invisible to the human eye. However, a special powder can briefly render its form visible. Those who have witnessed its horrifying appearance describe it as a colossal creature, larger than a barn, with a shape reminiscent of a twisted, wiggling egg made of interconnected strings. It possesses numerous legs as thick as barrels, and its surface is covered in countless eyes. Along its sides there are 10 or 20 gray mouths resembling trunks, each adorned with blue or purple rings. These mouths are as wide as oven pipes. Atop the creature there is a half-formed face lacking a chin, featuring piercing red eyes and frizzly white albino hair. The face bears an eerie resemblance to the grandfather of Yog Whateley, Wilbur Whateley. The entity's form is amorphous and jelly-like, evoking similarities to a squid, centipede, or spider. Yog Whateley possesses formidable abilities derived from its otherworldly lineage. It has the power of invisibility, making it difficult to detect or track. The creature's immense size and strength allow it to easily overpower and devour large prey, such as cattle. It exhibits a keen sense of smell and is drawn to the life force of living beings. It drains its victims of blood, leaving behind only desiccated remains. Its gruesome presence emits a foul stench that repels most onlookers. Yog Whateley has limited psychic abilities, enabling it to communicate with its family members and call out to its father Yog-Sothoth for aid. Despite its destructive nature, the entity possesses an innate connection to the realm of its father, making it vulnerable to certain spells and incantations capable of banishing it back to its rightful domain. The most notable encounter with Yog Whateley occurred on September 9, 1928. Breaking free from the Whateley farmhouse, it left behind a trail of wooden planks drenched in an enigmatic viscous substance. The creature left unmistakable tracks the size of barrels leading to a meadow where it had drained the blood from over half a herd of cows. Its ultimate demise came when a group of learned individuals led by Henry Armitage unleashed a powerful spell specifically designed to banish the abomination. Yog Whateley's final plea to its father went unanswered as the incantation severed its ties to this realm, annihilating the creature and consigning its essence back to the domain of Yog-Sothoth. Zvilpogghua, also known as the Feaster from the Stars, is a powerful entity within the Cthulhu mythos. Born on the distant planet Yaksh, specifically on Neptune, Zvilpogghua is the offspring of Tsathoggua and Shathak and the father of Svatlokalp. This lineage of great old ones highlights the immense cosmic power that flows through its veins. Described in ancient Native American texts as Osadagawa, Zvilpogghua is a fearsome being that has garnered a reputation for its otherworldly appearance. Typically manifesting as an armless, winged bipedal toad, it possesses a long, rubbery neck and a face entirely shrouded in writhing tentacles. The grotesque nature of its visage instills dread and unease in those who behold it. Zvilpogghua wields an array of supernatural abilities that highlight its formidable power and cosmic origins. Among its notable capabilities are cosmic influence. Zvilpogghwa's existence transcends the boundaries of our earthly realm. Its cosmic lineage grants it an innate connection to the primal forces that shape the universe, allowing it to manipulate cosmic energies and exert its influence over the stars themselves. Otherworldly resilience. The Feaster from the Stars possesses an innate durability that surpasses mortal comprehension. It is impervious to conventional weapons and exhibits a remarkable ability to withstand unimaginable physical and metaphysical assaults. Tentacular ensnarement. Zvilpogghwa's writhing tentacles serve as versatile appendages, capable of ensnaring and subduing its adversaries with an unnatural strength. Once caught in its grasp, victims face an inescapable fate as they become subjected to the entity's insidious intentions. Eldritch summoning. Zvilpogghwa's avatar form, known as the Star Beast, can be summoned under rare circumstances. While the summoning of this minion of the Great Old One is a perilous endeavor, it yields access to a fragment of the entity's terrifying power. However, caution must be exercised as the Feaster from the Stars retains autonomy and can return to the stars at its own volition. Currently, Zvilpogghua resides on a planet named Irautram, situated within the Algol star system in the Perseus constellation. It is a world veiled in darkness and mystery, perfectly suited to the enigmatic nature of this otherworldly entity. From its abode in the stars, Zvilpogghua exerts its influence over the cosmos, its power transcending the confines of our earthly realm. Zvilpogghwa's origins and existence defy mortal comprehension, representing the unfathomable depths of the Cthulhu mythos. As a being spawned from the cosmic forces that shape the universe, it embodies both terror and wonder, a testament to the incomprehensible nature of the mythos it belongs to. Encounter with Zvilpogghua is an invitation to confront the unimaginable and stare into the abyss of the unknown, an experience that few could survive with their sanity intact.